Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Digital Nomad World weekly series. I'm Becky, and I'll be your host. And today we're going to be talking with Kasia Potocka about how to stay fit on the road. Kasia, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me, Becky.
I'm excited to speak with you because I know how much you work out, how much you love it, and how dedicated you are. Because that's what I think, one of the first things we talked about when we met in Koh Lanta, Thailand, just a few months ago.
Yeah, exactly.
And I saw you and I was like, I really want to talk to you about this because it's something that I struggle with, keeping up with, my exercise routine. And I saw that you had no trouble doing it. So I want to encourage people watching today to get more like Kesha when they are traveling. So first of all, Kesha, can you tell us about your background and how you first started your digital nomad journey?
Yeah, so my background is software engineering. So I started and studied software engineering at the Vienna University of Technology. And I basically stayed at the university. So I started as a software engineer for the first couple of years, mainly being responsible for the e-learning system at the university. And just after a couple of years, I basically moved up the ladder a little bit. And now I'm the lead of a small department, the Educational Technologies Department. And we are still responsible for the e-learning and also for the video platform. So basically everything that has to do with online learning or recording lectures and video recording, that's basically my department with my small team. And
Great.
yeah, the digital nomad journey. It's funny because it started because my cousin and his wife, they got pregnant and they made me godmother. And because they were living in Warsaw in Poland, I decided at some point to just move for 2 months to Warsaw just to help them out and to spend some time with my godson. And that was basically also the first trial and test drive to becoming a digital nomad. So we basically stayed 2 months in Warsaw and have been working from the apartment that we have been renting out and also trying out a couple of co-working spaces in Warsaw. So that was my first time ever basically working abroad. And because we really, really enjoyed it, and especially we enjoyed the time not being in Vienna the whole year, we decided to maybe find something else, something warmer and nicer. And basically, just after talking with a couple of people that we've known have been doing it already, most of the people have been pointing towards Thailand, and a couple of people have been mentioning Koh Lanta and especially Koh the co-working space run by James and Charm. And we basically decided, yeah, like we don't have to look any further and let's just try Koh Lanta.
All right. Now, I never asked you this. How many times have you now been to Koh Lanta and spent time at Koh Hub?
So I think my first time was 2016, and I think it have been now like my eighth time or seventh time, something like that.
Wow. So you found a home and you made it your second home, it sounds like. Have you been
Excellent.
to some other, like, I know you mentioned Poland. What are some of your other favorite countries that you've been to in your travels? I'm not sure if you have been to a lot of other places as a nomad or not.
So that always depends on like what kind of travel and vacation things we are talking about. Like Madeira is one of my favorite places that I have also stayed, I think, for 2 months traveling and working from there. It was like just one of the best places for hiking and just enjoying nature. It was amazing. I had one of my most amazing hikes and sunset and sunrise hikes on Madeira with a couple of friends. So that was really, really beautiful. Otherwise, if it's more like talking about city trips, London is always a place that I would go to again and again and again. So, and also like Bulgaria, I've, to be honest, have never been to Bansko, to the co-working space there, which is on my bucket list for maybe this year. But I have also been hiking in Bulgaria and it was also freaking amazing.
I think that if you loved CoHub, you'll really love Bansko. And I know you enjoy community when you travel as a nomad. So
Yeah.
yeah, check it out. I hope you get to go this year. Well, let's talk about what we came here to talk about specifically, working out on the road. First, I want to hear about your background in fitness. So how long have you been working out regularly and making fitness a priority in your life?
So to be honest, I started pretty late. So I think before my 30th birthday, I have not been doing any kind of sports. Like even if you would have asked me to go on a longer walk, I would be like, do we have to? So for my 30th birthday, I got a gym membership, and I was one of the rare people who not only had a gym membership, but also went to the gym and used it. So I started basically trying out all the classes that the gym offered, like body shape, Pilates, yoga, deep work, doing some strength training. And I really, really got into that. So I ended up going to the gym, I think like 4 or 5 times a week, every single day in the morning, because I'm a morning person, so I need to do my whole workout routine in the morning. So that was basically my workout routine until COVID hit. And then the pandemic came and everything changed. Like everybody had to adapt in every single situation in their lives. And for me, basically the worst adaptation was trying to figure out how to do my workouts, because now I was not able to go to the gym anymore. So I had to figure out how to do my workout routine without public spaces, like without the gym, without going somewhere to a studio and stuff like that. And I was really struggling with that. So I basically ended up doing a lot of things at home, like trying to find some online classes, and also like getting a lot of equipment for my small, tiny little gym in my apartment. And yeah, and since then, I basically have my routine every single day. I'm doing my workouts, and since then, I think working out and fitness and exercising is probably, some would call it a small, tiny addiction for me. And yeah, definitely a priority in my life.
Yeah, well, that first of all, it's so inspiring that you didn't even get started until after 30. So for those listening to this, it's never too late, right? And I'm wondering, like, when you found that and you made that home gym, did you find some online classes? Do you still use those today? Or I imagine that you're pretty much back to the physical gym.
Um, to be honest, I'm still not going to the gym. So I'm still using just the equipment that I have at home and some online classes. But I'm also doing like a lot of other things, uh, like going climbing and bouldering and doing yoga at yoga studios in Vienna and stuff like that. So I have also, like, in my apartment buildings, there is a small tiny gym, which normally is super empty. So that's very convenient. So I'm using this small gym and not the public gyms that are available in Vienna.
Okay, well, you can take us through all of it if you want, or part of your fitness routine at home, just to get an idea of some things you might do that we can get started with, whether we're at home or on the road.
Okay, sure. I'm happy to do that. So, especially now after Thailand, because in Thailand I have a totally different routine, and I just came back like 1 month ago, and I added yoga to my daily routine in Thailand just because of my back issues. So basically, my weekly routine in Vienna now looks like that. Every single day, I'm starting with my back exercises because I have to do them because of my disc prolapses that I had and because of my back surgery 2 years ago. So every single day, I'm starting with my back exercises because otherwise, literally, I can't move. After that, I'm doing just a short, tiny yoga routine, especially on the days that I'm not going to yoga classes in Vienna. So my back exercise, then a short 30-minute yoga Ashtanga session. Then on Mondays and on Fridays, I'm doing my Slava online training. So even though I'm not traveling and I'm basically at home, I'm still doing my my online classes with Slava.
Who is, I guess Slava is your trainer's name, right?
Yes, Slava is a personal trainer, a Russian personal trainer who lives on Koh Lanta, but
Okay.
also does online training. So he's one of the best trainers I've ever met. He sees literally every single thing. Like just today in the morning, I just did an online class with him, and we were doing, what were we doing? We were doing Muay Thai knees, and I had a little bit pain in my knee, in my left leg. So I was doing it not like he mentioned it, and he saw it like immediately. So he sees everything.
So
Just because it's online, it's not easier.
is he your personal trainer online and you've paid him for like one-on-one sessions and you're doing them together? Or is it something that all of us can access and it's like a,
Yes.
pre-recorded class?
It's not a pre-recorded class, it's a live session with him via Zoom, but it's a group class. So we are online, we are probably like 3 to 4 to 5 people tops. And if you're lucky, you get a private session with him, which is way more exhausting.
Okay, so can anyone join this class if you said he's one
Yes.
of the best you've seen? Okay, great. We'll try to put a link for his class as well. And
Yeah.
how many times a week do you take his class?
I'm taking it when I'm in Vienna, I'm taking it twice a week on Mondays and on Fridays.
Okay. Okay, so you have
Yeah.
your back exercises, which as you said you need to do, and then
Yes.
yoga, and then you are having, sorry, you said 30, is it 30 minutes with him?
Uh, it's it's more like it takes like 45 minutes.
Okay.
You can do the warm up and the cool down by yourself, so that's fine. So it's not the time that you're spending with him. So that's like 45 minutes training with Slava, and that I'm doing on Mondays and on Fridays.
What kind
And
of
then
training do you do with him? Because you mentioned Muay Thai, but is it like cardio, a series of different cardio
so
exercises?
it is just one exercise, like one specific exercise that he did today with me. It's like a Muay Thai knee, but normally it's more like a whole body weight workout. So you, to be honest, you just need your own body weight. If you have some weights and some additional stuff, you can use it and he will integrate it into the workout. The only equipment that you need is basically your body, a gym mat, and it would be amazing if you would have like some resistance bands because he sometimes uses resistance bands, and it's you can travel with resistance bands anywhere and super easy.
Okay, and is that the end of your training after that class in the morning?
So on Mondays and on Fridays, I'm also going in the afternoon for some climbing sessions or some bouldering sessions.
That's
Yeah,
fun. That to me, that doesn't feel like going to the gym. Although bouldering is really one of the best workouts you can do for yourself.
exactly. But as you mentioned, it doesn't feel like working out. It's more like the fun activity with some friends. So that's pretty cool.
I think that's
So
another
that's
good
Monday and
good
Friday.
tip for working out.
So,
I think that's
sorry.
another good tip for working out on the road is like do something that doesn't feel like the gym, but it's probably even a better workout.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So
Well, you're dedicated,
that
I
was
have to say.
that was Monday and Friday. And then on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I'm doing, instead of Slava, I'm doing some strength training, focusing on different parts of my body. And on Tuesdays in the evening, I'm going to the yoga studio in Vienna, which is one of the best yoga classes I've ever been to. Like Knut, the trainer, is amazing. He's not only funny and just a really nice person, but his classes are freaking exhausting and a lot of fun.
So I
So
think that's a key is having fun, right? Like it's going to keep you doing things even, I mean, it's of course you can't see him when you're on the road, but getting this like energy that is being reinforced every day, I think it's going to keep you excited for when you start traveling and you can't see him. Um,
yes,
so
like
that is, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
especially like, I mean, I know working out is exhausting, and getting out there and doing your workout is always like the hardest step. But if you find things that, even if they are super, super exhausting, like after the 1 hour of exhausting workout, you feel like just amazing and energized and motivated. That's basically what you want to have. And it takes some time to find it, but if you have it, no matter how bad your day is, you will just always go back to this specific thing because you know after that you will feel way, way better.
Absolutely. Yes. I think that's a great tip for people as they go on and they start traveling. I mean, some nomads we know are they move every 2 weeks or even a week, but some are able to place themselves for a month, 3 months, whatever. But do you have any other tips or tricks to help people keep that fitness routine going?
So to be honest, for me, the most important part is planning ahead. I know that a lot of people, especially people who know me, and I just mentioned the word plan, it's like a no-go and a red flag. But if you want to stick to something and if you want to really make it happen, you have to plan ahead just a little bit. Especially when you're moving locations and you're moving to a different place, you have to figure out what kind of opportunities or what kind of things you will be able to do. Like just a small example, last year I went to Paris with a friend just for a couple of days. And even if I'm going to a place for 4 or 5 days, I need to know how to fit in my workout routine because this is like priority for me. So basically, I'm looking for hotels or for places that have a gym integrated. So I don't need breakfast, I don't need a swimming pool. What I need is a gym. So we looked for a hotel with a gym. We found one. So I was really happy. And then we arrived in Paris. And basically, the first thing that I do is I check out the gym. And I realized that I wouldn't be even able to put down a gym mat in the gym because it was so tiny and so little. So I ended up doing my workouts in the mornings in the spa area because they also had like a spa area with a sauna and stuff like that. And it opened only at 10 a.m. So I asked basically the hotel manager if I could enter the spa area earlier to do my workout routine in front of the sauna. And that's basically how I managed to do my workouts. So just try to plan ahead. And even if it doesn't work out, you will be able to find an alternative. But the most important thing is, at least for me, when I go to a different place, to have at least a plan for the first couple of days. Because moving and changing locations and adapting to new surroundings and new people and new community is always struggling and exhausting enough. So just figure out your workout plan ahead so you will have at least one thing less on your plate to think about.
That
That
is such
that
an
would
excellent tip. And like you said, when you plan ahead, like if now because of that Paris experience, would you do you ask hotels like, can you send me a photo of your gym so you know exactly the size of it? Or do you think, for example, the swimming pool could be a good substitute if you do find that the gym is really small and you're only there a short time?
Yes, definitely. So now, especially now after Lanta, because I was swimming in Lanta every single day, I know that swimming for me would be an alternative, but then I would have to have a big enough of a swimming pool because most hotels have like a smaller swimming pool where you basically just can put in your foot and that's it. Definitely not doing your laps. So, but yes, I have asked a couple of hotels already if they could send me maybe a picture of their gym or just give me maybe a room with enough space to put down my gym mat. That was a
Yeah.
situation 2 years ago in Switzerland where there was like no gym around my hotel. So I just literally asked them to give me the biggest room they could give me so that I could use the room to for my workouts. And I was doing my workouts in this hotel room in Switzerland between my bed and my shower. But I managed. I did it somehow.
I love your level of dedication. And you also like have made me thought of another roadblock that a lot of people have when they travel is like they get there and just that motivation to move and find the gym or even go to the gym. If you can make your gym your, your own like place where you are, then you're having a much higher success rate of actually, doing the routine, doing the exercise.
And especially once again, planning ahead. Like find at least for the first couple of days that you move to another place, find and plan ahead. Like even if you, for the first 2 days you will just go for a run or just for a walk, use the time, like block your time for workouts. And even if it's not working out in the gym or doing your like your normal workout routine, take the 1 hour that you would dedicate normally and do something. Walk around, take a bike, go for a swim or whatever. Just don't break your habit. And even if it happens that you break your habit, it's okay. Just go back to your habit as soon as you can. So, yeah.
Yeah, don't be too hard on yourself. I know people really they start to say like, oh, well, I missed Monday, so I guess I can miss Tuesday, or I'll just go and do something like eat chocolate or something and get on my phone instead, you know?
Well, eating chocolate is very important, but still, if you missed Monday, start from Tuesday.
Yeah, just always say there's always a chance to start again. Just like there's always a chance to start exercising if you never really have, even at
Exactly.
the age of 30, like you did.
Exactly. And also, like if you have, for example, troubles planning ahead, find somebody who can do that for you. Like ask people around. If you go to a new place and you don't know how to start, ask the community. Like there is always someone who has done that, who has been in the exact same situation, who can maybe give you like a hint. Oh, I know a really good Russian trainer on Lanta. You can try him out. Or I know a really good online class. Like ask the community, especially with digital nomads. People are always eager to help each other. So that's what you always can do.
Yeah, that also leads me to my next question. Like, how do you find these fitness classes in the different places where you go? I know you know Koh Lanta now very well, but how do you have any other websites you use or like just start looking up yoga studios?
Yeah, to be honest, that's exactly what I'm doing. Like if I don't know the community, I just check out where my location will be, like where I will be staying at, and try to figure out what kind of gyms are nearby, what kind of yoga classes are nearby. Like you always will probably be disappointed a couple of times because you will try out new things and maybe it's not what you were hoping for, which happened to me just Christmas in Warsaw. I tried out a new yoga studio and well, yeah, it was not Knut, not the guy who I'm attending in Vienna, but at least I did something. I've tried something out. I went to a new yoga studio. I asked around, and just by talking to people in this yoga class, I found something else. So I found another gym that I went to, and I was very happy with. So just asking around, trying out new things, using basically Google Maps to find out what kind of places are around you and just trying them out. It takes some time, but at some point you will find something. Or if it's summer, just find a nice outdoor place and do your workout in the park. Always an option.
You have not mentioned this, but do you do any running? Because I know for a lot of people, that's the go-to de facto when they're traveling. They'll just get outside and run.
Yeah. So that was always my plan B. If being on a location where I can't find anything, go for a run. That's basically what you can always do. I stopped running after my back surgery. Unfortunately, I can't do that anymore. I hope maybe to get back into that at some point, but I can't do that now. So for me, the plan B is always like walking, going for long walks or for hikes. So that's basically my running alternative now. But yes,
Yeah.
running, absolutely. If you can't do anything else, go for a run. If you can't go running, go for a walk.
Yes, just get out there. And this brings me to another question. Now, I know you exercise more than the average person. I'm going to just say this, Kesha, but what do you think is the minimum amount? There's so many studies, you read so many articles. What do you think is the bare minimum for people if they want to get started? Like how many times should they go a week? How much time should they exercise in a day as the minimum?
To be honest, I don't think that I'm the right person to ask that because I'm maybe overdoing it a tiny little bit. But I would assume do something every single day, even if it's just a 15 minutes walk. Amazing. You did a 15 minutes walk. That's awesome. Even if it's just 20 minutes stretching in the evening after sitting the whole day, at least you did something. Like everybody, I think everybody is different and everybody has his and her own preferences of doing workouts. Some are more into strength, some are more into yoga. Whatever you do, I think the most important thing is to block some time every single day to do something. Like do 3 times strength training a week. But that doesn't mean that the other days you do nothing. Just go for a walk or go for a run or do some yoga, do some stretching. You can always do something. But if you want to make a habit out of it, you should definitely do something every single day, even if it's just a meditation on the days where you don't work out hard. Like, having the specific time blocked for yourself is the way to make it a habit.
I love this tip. And I'm curious, how has your life changed after the age of 30 when you started exercising? How does your body feel compared to pre 30 Kesha?
Oh, definitely better. Like I think even like before my back surgery, I think I was in the best shape of my whole life. And that was like when I was 40. So that was my best shape ever. So exercising, I mean, as mentioned, for me it's maybe a little bit extreme because this is basically what gets me out of the bed. Like this is my morning coffee, working out in the morning. But it's just like I feel so energized after doing my workout and ready to tackle whatever comes along. Like, and to be honest, like the guys at my office, they know according to my mood if I have been working out or not. So,
Really?
yeah,
Yeah, that no, it's I know so many people that get up in the morning and they just get, like you said, I like that you called it morning coffee. It gives you so much energy, it gives you so much focus, you clear out your mind and then you can go for the day. So if someone's been struggling with that and you don't exercise much, this could be motivation enough. Well, Kesha, is there anything else that you would like to share with us? You've given us so many good tips.
to be honest, like if you really want to do something for your body, no matter what you do, just do it. And if you struggle with it, you can always find people who will help you with that. Like especially if you are not sure what to do, there are so many professional people out there who are willing to help you with that. And the good thing is you just need them to start out, because at some point you will get into the habit and into your routine, and you will be able to even adapt your own workouts by yourself. If you need somebody to kick your ass because you just can't and don't want to and you like motivation, there are also people to do that. And I would love to help people to get more into the routine and into the habit of doing at least something, because I think really it helps a lot. It makes your life way, way better when you work out, when you move your body, when you do something, when you exercise. No matter what it is, like even yoga can be like a hardcore workout routine. And for me, for example, I would love to get more into meditation because this is something that I'm struggling with. Like turning off my brain, um, I really struggle with that. But also, I found just now, this last season on Lanta, I found my kind of meditation, which is basically diving. So I got into diving, and this is my personal meditation. A freaking expensive meditation, but still something that I really, really enjoy.
Yeah,
So yeah,
enjoy is the key too, as we've said, right? So block your time, find something you enjoy, ask around, and you're going to be able to set up a successful fitness routine wherever you are for yourself.
exactly.
Yeah. Well, Kesha, it has been such a pleasure having you here. If people want to follow you, where can they go?
Well, they can always find me on Instagram. So it's cat.pot. So it's kat.pot. But maybe we can put it later into the notes.
Yeah, we'll put that in the notes.
And also on Facebook. And I also have like a blog, which basically I'm not writing too much on it. It's mainly always like when I'm coming back from Thailand, from Koh Lanta, I'm writing a lot. And then the rest of the year, not so much.
Okay. And if people want to play board games, please also reach out to Kasha.
Yes,
We
and
haven't talked
visit
about
me
that, but
here.
like, yes. Well, thank you again, Kasia, for joining us. It was such a pleasure to hear more about this and get motivated as we start getting into the summer and or the fall in some places, depending on where you are. It's never a bad time to start exercising more.
Exactly. Like
Thank
today is the
you.
perfect day to start.
Today, perfect way. Yes, perfect day to start. All right, have a great day, Kesha.
Thank you, you too, and thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.